All right. We should be good. We should be good now. Now, when I come back on this camera, when I change my scene, I expect to see my face showing now. So I'm going to do this whole little entrance again. Like I didn't even get on. Right? I'm going to act like I just got on. Like I just got on. Okay. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Washington Wizards basketball stream. Bam! Face cam's working. Hope everybody's having a good day. What's going on, Greg? Almost heard you in here earlier. Chimp, you too. What's going on, guys? We got some stuff to talk about, man. We got some stuff to talk about in Wizards World today. If you haven't heard, Shams, as we all know, he dropped an article. What's going on, Dat, my man? He dropped an article speaking on, the KD trade talk, Donovan Mitchell trade talk. And yeah, this is the face reveal. But he said that in this article, he said that along with New York, as we all know, he said several other teams have expressed interest in the Jazz when it comes to Donovan Mitchell, such as Washington, Miami, Toronto, Charlotte, Sacramento, and Atlanta. Once again, what does this mean? That the Wizards expressed interest? It means absolutely nothing. As I always say, what's going on, Mental? Shout out from Alexandria, VA. As I said before, man, these words, they don't really mean anything. I guess it's cool to have the Wizards' names thrown into these, like, big, names, I guess, but it doesn't really mean anything. So it's cool that they say the Wizards are expressing interest in Donovan Mitchell. Like I said with the KD situation, man, I can express interest in a lot of things. That does not mean it's going to happen. We saw with the Nets, the Celtics offered Jaylen Brown, and the Nets said, nah, you got to add Marcus Smart, the Defensive Player of the Year, to that deal for us to accept it, and some other stuff. So the Nets turning down guys like Jaylen Brown. There's no Jaylen Brown on the Wizards that's available for trade on the Wizards. There's no Jaylen Brown level player. So that tells you how far away the Wizards are on someone like KD. And the Jazz with Donovan Mitchell, I mean, come on, man. When you look at everybody else and what they got in comparison to what the Wizards got in draft capital and whatnot, I just don't see it happening. So the Wizards can express interest all they want in Mitchell. That's cool. I don't think anything happens. If I'm wrong, that would be terrific, but I don't know. I mean, then you could talk about the fit being weird, and it's like, oh, you got two guys who aren't the best defensively, and you can talk about all that. But before you even start to talk about all that, I mean, come on, man. Exactly, Alex. Pipe dreams. But, guys, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button for your boy. Helps out with the YouTube algorithms. What's going on, Kevin? If you haven't become a channel member already, like my boy Kevin, who's a channel member. That's why he got his Wizards badge next to his name, and his name is green. If you want to become a member, help me reach that 20 member goal, you can click the link that I have posted in the chat box. Or if you want to donate instead of super chat, you can do that as well. That's all good, Kevin. Last stream we talked about like starting lineups, different things like that. So, I mean, it wasn't nothing really. You didn't miss nothing crazy. Just basic talk. Chris, you said, hey, everybody doing this great tonight. Oh, or how, I'm assuming. Good. good. Champ, who at the Wizards is throwing out extreme cap. Wizards after Mitchell. You know, you already know how we are when it comes to the cap and the Wizards, and we already know what it's about. We already know what it is. You know what I mean? You already know, Chimp. Sharp said, I don't know why we keep throwing our hats in the ring, throwing things up against the wall and seeing what sticks. Bro already said if we could really get him, it would be huge. I mean, yeah, it would be, but let's be realistic here. Compared to some of these other teams that's interested, I just don't know, man. I don't know. I truly don't know. Like, I mean, the Kings, let's say the Kings, they can start it off with Keegan Murray, who looked really good in Summer League. You can start it off with Keegan Murray. Bam, right there. I don't know if they would want to give up De'Aaron Fox, but if he was an option, bam, you got a De'Aaron Fox. You know, so the Kings got options. The Knicks, they got Obi Toppin. I don't know if they would give up on RJ Barrett, but him, they got a lot of draft capital. Miami, obviously. Toronto, obviously, has a lot. Atlanta, surprising. That's weird. I don't know what they're... That would be weird. Unless they're trying to go with a straight 3-guard starting lineup. Sharpie said we got a better chance of Justin Timberlake beating his feet the right way. Yeah, he was crazy for doing what he was doing. Reaper, what's going on? You said what's happening. No, Shams came out with a report saying the Wizards were a part of a decent amount of teams that were interested in Donovan Mitchell. That's all. You know, we already know what that's about, though. Steve, my man, what's going on with you? What's going on with you, brother? Ricky, you said, can we try to get Colin Sexton if things don't work out? I don't know who they would... I mean, I doubt it. The Wizards, they're set on... It seems like the roster is pretty set. I mean, maybe... I mean, they're throwing their names in for guys like KD and Donovan Mitchell. Like, come on, man. That ain't us, bro. Stop. Like, what is it? Come on, man. Guys, once again, I'll say it again. Wizards, I mean, it's cool that their names is being thrown in here and whatnot, but, I mean, compared to the package Miami can put together, Toronto can put together, can the Wizards really match just those two teams alone? Can the Wizards put together a package that can come anywhere close to a team like Miami or Toronto that they can make? Probably not. I'm sure Miami, Toronto, I'd even give Sacramento, like I said, better opportunity to create better packages. I mean, Keegan Murray, bam, better than whoever else the Wizards are thinking about. Toronto, whatever they got going on. Miami, whatever they got going on. Tyler Hero, Anunoby. They're not going to give up Scotty Barnes. But, I mean, who are we going to say? Kuzma? Kyle Kuzma? Keegan Murray or Kyle Kuzma in others? OG Anunoby or Kyle Kuzma in others? It's just, I don't see it. You know, Tyler Hero or Kyle Kuzma in others? I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. The Wizards can keep throwing their hats at things like... So you're telling me the Wizards are interested in guys like Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, pipe dream types of guys, right? But when DeJounte Murray was available, for something that I didn't think was crazy, like it may have been a little expensive, but nothing crazy, they didn't even, it was no real interest there. But they're interested in guys like Donovan Mitchell, where they have almost no shot at. Kevin Durant, which they have almost no shot at. I don't understand. I don't understand. Somebody can help me out with that one. Because, once again, I'll say it this last time. Guys, And we already know this at this point. So I'm not telling you guys because you guys already know this. Oh, Sinatra, I'm not mad. I'm just saying. I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happen. I mean, it's cool that their names involved with big names, but I just don't see it happening. I don't. But I mean, it's nothing I'm mad about. It's cool that they're throwing their names in there. I mean, if some way, somehow it was to happen, that would be terrific. But I'm just struggling to see a way where that actually happens. Chippy said they just getting free advertising. Biggie said more delusional news from the Wizards. Things we're not going to do or get. But keep talking about get fan base talking like us, trying to be the Lakers and want to be talked about. I don't know what they're doing. Like, the John Collins thing was pretty realistic. Like, I could see the John Collins thing happening. That's cool. I mean, but to get the, I mean, I guess to get, some relevancy for 2 seconds off of being interested in there. But like Sinatra just said, he said even if it's not happening, we got to start getting in those conversations. The last 2 decades we've never been. That's 100% correct. And also, you know, by them saying signing Bradley Beal to that max, solidifying that they want to compete, you do want to see their names involved in these big name guys. So to Sinatra's point, that's 100% correct. You do want to see their names revolved around these guys and whatnot, even if we think it's a pipe dream or it's like a less than 1% chance of happening. We do want to see their names in there. So that is true. That is a very true point. You know, but it is, I gotta, something like that, a move like that, I gotta see it to believe it. You know what I mean? Because it sounds like something that's just so non-Wizards-like that I just can't believe it by seeing a rumor. I gotta actually see the tweet that the trade happened. Kevin, you said we could trade Kuz, Rui, Kisper, Davis with 3 swaps and a lottery pick with 2 seconds. And I don't know if that's enough. If that's for Donovan, I don't, personally, I don't think that's something the Jazz would want. Personally. In comparison to maybe something another team would put together. I mean, I think in comparison to whatever, maybe another team, I don't know. Omar said, and a noonie. Biggie said they're not going to dissect that team to get Collins or Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, because another thing is they keep harping on, oh, we haven't seen Bill and KP play together yet, so I don't know how much they want to see that come together. I don't know. Chippy said Bill at point guard is a waste of $250 million. I said the only reason they would trade with us is knowing we're going to suck for high picks. And like I said, I mean, I don't know. I doubt it. I truly, truly doubt it. But like Sinatra said earlier, it's good that their names are in those conversations. You know, that's the least we can say. Because they weren't in those conversations before, but at least their name's in there now. Now, if you were to talk about the fit behind Donovan and Bradley, I don't know. I guess who would you want to start at the 1? Donovan at the 1, or would you want to do point Brad? But I mean, with Brad facilitating, that kind of takes away from his scoring, which I don't know. The fit would be, I don't know how the fit would work. Then you talk about defensively, but talent is talent. If the Wizards just want to get the talent in the door and figure out the rest later, I mean, a lot of teams do that, you know. They just get the talent. Like, some people are like, how is the DeJounte trade going to work, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you just get the talent and figure it out later. But as long as you get the talent in the door. Liam, you said Mitchell at PG, Bill at shooting guard, Denny at small forward, Kuz at power forward, Porzingis. I doubt if I don't know. I don't know if Kuz would be here. I don't know if Porzingis would be here. I don't know. I feel like one of those guys will be gone in the trade. Like at least one of them. Then one of them would be gone. Denny would definitely be gone. Denny would 100% be gone if Mitchell's here. Dolly, you said, bro, you would need to give them the whole damn team. Josh said, how do you personally feel about Bill's leadership? I think his leadership is iffy. You know, a lot of people already feel like Kyle Kuzma is the like main leader of the team. One praise you constantly hear about from Wizards fans in regards to Kyle Kuzma is his leadership, and that's not something you constantly hear about from the fans when it comes to Bradley Beal. You know, so his leadership is like, you look at all the pouting on the bench when they're losing and blah, blah, blah. You know, nobody wants to see all that, you know? Like, so I would say his leadership is there. And I think, you know, that's a big reason why you see a lot of Wizards fans say Kyle Kuzma is the leader of the team. And I would agree with that. Corey, what's going on with you, bro? You said ain't nothing wrong with being in the conversation as long as the Wizards are the ones creating the narrative. I mean, but you could be in the conversation, but eventually you do have to, you know, do something. Eventually, so we'll see. We'll see what they do, and even if it's not Donovan, we'll see if they make another move in general. You know, for some kind of name. It may not be the star power of a, you know, Donovan Mitchell or Kevin Durant, but maybe it's for somebody else who, I mean, I don't know. Granny said not interested. Chevy said we would have to sell our soul for the next 5 years and picks to sign a Mitchell or a KD. Sinatri said I believe in manifestation. If you keep going for these big name guys, eventually one will come. I mean, you could be right. Maybe someone eventually. All it takes is one yes, as they say. Ricky, you said, let's just hope something breaks through for us because I feel like we're on the brink of a big franchise-changing move. Big, you said it would take Kuz, KP, Diddy, Rui, or Kispert and 1 or 2 picks to acquire Donovan Mitchell. I think it would take more than 1 or 2 picks. I think it would maybe, even with that, they still may want like 4 picks on top of that. I think they're going to want, even with all those names, I think they're going to want more picks too than 1 or 2. Davey said, I like it, get the talent. Corey said, which means stop talking about it, just do it. Biggie said, not willing to give up all those pieces for one player. Kevin, a big 3 of KP, Spider, and Bill would be the best in the East. Alex, you said, yeah, would have to blow up the whole team pretty much. Marty said, hey, D, should we try to sign Colin Sexton? Not in my opinion, really. I'm not, you know, especially coming off that injury. You know, I'm not that, you know, big on Colin, personally. Alex, you said, I just skip. Let me skip. Biggie, you said if we get Donovan Mitchell, KP is going gone off the break. NBA says Taj going to be the leader. He'll be a presence. I'm sure. Sadachi said Kuzma not a leader. On the Wizards, it seems like, I mean, I think a lot of people would say Kuz is the leader of the team. Who would you guys say is the leader of the Washington Wizards currently? Who would you guys say is in your opinion, if you had to pick? Because if it's not Kuzma, who is it? I don't think it's Brad. I mean, Brad can be a leader. I mean, he's the best player, but being the best player on the team doesn't automatically make you the leader of the team. But I feel like majority of people would say Kuzma. You know, I mean, when you talk about, hear from a lot of the young guys, they say Kuz reached out to him, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Brad is the leader as far as money and talent, but like, that doesn't make you the like true leader. Like, money, it can be his team, but I don't think that like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, the Warriors. It's like, the Warriors that's Steph's team, right? Steph's the best player on that team. But Draymond, I would look at it and say, like, if I had to pick and say who's the main leader of that team, I would say it's Draymond Green. I think he's the heart and soul of that team. But Draymond's not the best player. It's not his team. Just because you're the best player or you make the most money or it's your team, that doesn't make you the heart and soul or yeah, it's your team, blah blah blah. But not every squad, the best player isn't always the leader on every squad. But I mean, technically, as far as like whose franchise it is, who's the most money, makes the most money, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, it's Brad, but I wouldn't say Brad's the leader in my opinion. I mean, but yeah, I agree. Like, I'm not saying Brad's not a leader. He's a leader, but I don't think I wouldn't call him like if I had to pick, I wouldn't pick Brad out of all of them, in my opinion. But Brad is definitely a leader on the team. But I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying though, Sinatra. NBA, you said the best player can't always be leaders. I also agree with that, 100%. Sharpie said just like Draymond's a leader. Mental, you said GM Brad. NBA said Anthony Gill's an underrated leader. Dolev, you said Brad can't lead no one all his career. Kevin said agree NBA. Liam, you said what you think about Rui in the first for Lonzo? Why would the Bulls give up Lonzo? I feel like the Bulls were really like clicking when Lonzo was playing, and then they kind of started falling off because he was hurt and blah blah blah. I think Lonzo's very, really important for that team. So now you said Steph's the leader of the Warriors too. Make no mistake about it. This and the stuff too. Agree. Yeah. I mean, that's facts. But I would say like Draymond's the heart and soul. Like Draymond's a very huge part of that team. Corey says feels like we've been rebuilding for a long time. You might as well make some big moves and blow it up. Bill ain't going nowhere for the next 5 years. Chip, you said Kuzma step up when the Deadwood was shipped out. Bill was injured. Kevin said I think Kuz was the leader because he knows what it takes to win. Same with KCP. Liam said everyone will know that Kuzma is the leader when playoff time comes. Biggie said Kuz is the leader. Kevin said I'd rather we get Sexton for that. Chippy said Lonzo is injury prone. He does get beat up. Sinatra said Draymond the wildest on the team. If Steph and Draymond starts beefing, they letting Dre go. Sinatra, if you're a leader, they're not going to let you go. And I mean, we don't know if Kuz is going to. If Kuz was to be let go, or traded, it would be. I mainly strictly 100% think it would be because of contract talks, like in money, like they can't afford him. I think if Kuz was to be moved, I think the Wizards really like him. I think they, the fans really like him as well. But I think if he was to be moved, it would be because of that money, man. I think it will be because of that money. Because they do have some contracts coming up. And some guys who can opt out, including Kuzma. They may say my second channel is a little better than my main channel on 2 videos. That's a good thing, man. It's your channel. It's a good thing. Dolev, you said who could we bring to be our PG? Wizards already got their PG, man. And Monte Morris. That's their guy. Kevin said, I'm going to say this to the cows coming home, Miles Turner. It makes sense. Yeah, you keep pressing that Miles Turner. Ryan said Sexton on the cheap deal to ship him during the trade deadline. Kevin, you said facts, Ron. Nobody wants him, and he can start with Brad. Alex said more delusional fans, Knicks or Wizards. I probably, I don't know. I feel like both fan bases kind of have, like, they know where they're at, but I mean, every fan base has kind of like, they're overly optimistic to the point of where it's kind of delusion. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe naturally the Knicks, since they're the bigger fan base, naturally the Knicks. Um, Chippy said they're not paying Kuz, or they would have offered the contract already. Big, you said, what would you give up to acquire Sexton? I guess maybe like who would they want? Maybe Rui? Maybe. So now you said I wouldn't mind Sexton though. He might be slightly better than Morris even after the injury. Um, maybe I have no idea who that is. Kevin, you said maybe we could bring Kimba. They talking about Kimba going back to Charlotte. Then they was talking about they was interested in Kimba. They was interested in Isaiah Thomas. What was going on with those guys, man? Um, Let me say Monte Morris will take a big playmaking leap this year. Sinatra said Sexton can average a good 23 and 7. Alex, you said I feel Knicks are a little more delusional fans than us. The thing is, like, I don't know if the Wizards want a high volume like point guard. Like I feel like they really like what Satoransky did. I feel like that's kind of what they want out of their one spot. You know, Monte Morris isn't going to, have extremely high usage. He isn't a high volume shooter. Blah, blah, blah. He'll move the ball along. Because you already got two guys who going to demand a lot of touches, and Brad and KP. And then I'm sure Kuzma's going to want the ball too. So I don't know. Then you said Lakers fans are the most delusional, but they tried to trade Russ for Kyrie. Ricky said Knicks franchise is worse than ours. They are a big market and can't get big names. Kevin said your guy Josh Bell is going to get traded. I saw that, Kevin. I saw that. It was like, I mean, but I always kind of thought Josh would get moved. Because of the direction the Nets are at right now and how well Josh has been playing for the most part. I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised that they want to move Bell before they move Soto. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a little easier to move Josh Bell than it is to move Soto right now. Because of what they want. Sinatri's how will let Rui and picks go for Sexton. Chippy said, I mean, the interest on Sexton, it seems like it's not that high because nobody's offered an offer sheet that the Cavs will have to max. Like, I mean, the interest on Colin Sexton just hasn't been that high. It seems. And I mean, I'm not surprised by that, but I don't think he's a bad player, though, but Chippy says Sexton is a bad fit. That's why Cavs didn't give him the bag. Merle, you said, should we just go after Jaylen Brown? I wouldn't mind them going after a Jaylen Brown, but I feel like Jaylen Brown's only available for a Kevin Durant type of guy. But maybe if Jaylen Brown's upset about what they tried to do with the whole KD thing, maybe he's like, hey, I want to be traded now. But maybe he understands that, it's a business. Ryan said the Kings probably not trading Fox. Chevy said Sexton wants big money. Kevin said I love Miles Turner fit next to KP, and I want to copy that Minnesota did with Cat and Gobert. That low post defense is going to be crazy. What would you give up for Miles, Kevin? What would you give up? Let me say I want one of the Fox Bill backcourt ever since 2020. Mr. Attitude said Wizards should just start going after a super team. If only it was that easy. If only it was that easy. It's a reactive fan hot takes. I would put out like a hot takes. I would want to. I should put out a tweet saying give me the hot takes. Ricky said De'Aaron Fox. Sinatra said trust me, Bravo. So many bets betting against that MF Colin Sexton dude. Always drop 30 plus when I bet against him. That's how I beat. That's how I really beat though. It's like it feel like sometimes dudes be knowing. Like if you take the under on points or something against a guy, it's like all of a sudden he want to pop off. Like he know you took money on the under that he wouldn't play well or something like that, and he pop off. It's crazy. Let me say, Kevin, we already got Gafford though. So you said Cavs are willing to give up Sexton. They have Garland and is willing to build around him. Sexton, if he was a Wizard, they will probably have max him. But yeah, this is my thing. Like, so how are the Wizards going to afford Colin Sexton with KP on the books, with Kuz on the books, and with Brad on the books? How is that going to work? Question mark. Because he's going to want like a bag, but we just prayed Brad, and then I don't know how like financially that's going to work. I mean, unless you guys know more than me, obviously, because I'm not the money guy. That is not my thing. It's not sure he's an under table deal, Brody. Kevin said Kuz, Rui for Miles, his value was like KP because of injury. NBA said Hornets or Wizards. Who do I think may be better? I'll give the edge to the Wizards. I'll give the edge to the Wizards over the Hornets right now. Alex, you said I'm not high on Gafford, to be honest. Corey said, did anyone see Gafford in the Drew League over the weekend? I saw some clips of it. Corey. Let me say, yo, please do your ideal Wizards rebuild in 2K. Yeah, I gotta buy a capture card first to even be able to show that. I gotta buy a capture card. He said Trez was escape and played a quick game in the Drew League. I seen that. Yeah. Trez got out the penitentiary or something like that. Miss Attitude said give up to get Sexton and Miles on this team somehow. Team or some. Kevin said Gafford is a bench center and he fouls too much. Rather have Turner. Merle, he said I really think the Wizards fans are underestimating Porzingis and Bill and Kuz big three. I mean, we haven't seen what it looks like. I wouldn't qualify that as a big three, but that is their three best players. But I mean, we haven't seen that lineup play together. So I don't know how pressed the Wizards are to really shake things up with the team because of the fact that they haven't seen those three play together. So I don't know. I don't know how aggressive they're really being right now in the trade market. Kevin saying Turner can guard Joel, Giannis, Jokic. We don't have a big besides KP that can hang with them. Alex, how many games does KP play next year? How many games does KP play next year? Let me look at his history over the last couple seasons. So KP has played. He played 51 games last season total, 43 games season before that, 57 games 2019-2020, then 48. Give me. I think Kristaps Porzingis plays. I think he plays 55 games next season. I think Kristaps Porzingis plays 55 games next season. I think that's pretty on par. He played 51 last season. 43 the season before that, 57 his first year in Dallas. Then he had the ACL before that. I say 55. That's a bump from last season by 4 games. I mean, that's kind of my realistic-ish view on that. Chimpy said Wizards don't do luxury tax. Agreed. Biggie said they have to go into the luxury tax, which I would do. I mean, for the Wizards to go into the luxury tax, it would have to feel like, hey, this is like a real legit team. Like, this is a squad that can really make some noise in order for him to get back into the luxury tax, because he did a lot to get out of it. So I feel like for him to go back into the luxury tax, he would have to feel like this team is like really there. Name said KP is far better than Turner. NBA said Legend says we is on the loose. Chippy said Gav was okay in Drew League, but he an NBA player, he's supposed to stand out. Liam said Kevin Denny locks up Giannis. NBA said only way you can get more views is if you act like I show speed. Yeah, that's crazy. Also, I don't stream to try to just for strictly views. I mean, I just like to talk about the Wizards and stream while I talk about it. I don't look at this as a potential career path. This is just, like a side thing. Alex, you said if KP gives us 55 games, I will be happy. I mean, that would be cool. If he gives us 60, I think that would be terrific for his standards. Ronnie said Clutch Points made a trade proposal for us getting Mitchell was Johnny Davis, Denny, Porzingis, 2025 first, 2027 first, 2029 first, 2026 first, pick swap, 2028 first pick swap. So I feel like maybe it would take something like that. I feel like it would be something like that. It would take something like that. Sinatra said we haven't won 50 games since 1998. LOL, that's 24 years. Well, KP, Kuzma, Bill will win us 50 games. That's how you got to look at it. I mean, and a lot of that is dependent on, first of all, can Porzingis stay healthy, as we continuously say, and that's a worrisome thing. That's a worrisome thing for sure. Corey said let's not jinx it with the KP questions because the Wizards have bad luck when it comes to injuries. Mr. Attitude, you said it's time for the Wizards to compete for a title, man. Ron, you said need to make some type of big move. Bill, KP, and Kuz ain't getting us 50 wins anytime soon. Hey. Chevy said Porzingis not playing back-to-back games. You don't think he's playing back-to-back? I think he starts off playing back-to-back. I think he would start off playing back-to-back. NBA have, 3.2K followers on Twitter? Mr. Attitude said we need a GM who's going to make those tough decisions to get the Wiz a title. Hey, man. Not disagreeing with you. Kevin said that's way too much. Ricky said just monitor on back-to-backs like we did with Ross. Said KP going to be hopefully he healthy enough for us to come playoff times if we make it. Kevin, you said, damn, I was an infant in diapers last time we won 50 games. Yeah. Sinatra said that it was 1998. Yeah, I was like one. I was one last time they won 50 games. Biggie said, would you do a Bradley Bill to Boston for Brown, Smart, and Grant Williams if things don't look well, or what's your offer to Boston? We're doing anything to Boston, if Bill wants to leave, I'm definitely trying to get Brown. Similar to how, Brooklyn was saying, hey, we want Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart. Now, I don't know if Brad's going to command Marcus Smart, but Jaylen Brown I would definitely want on the squad, for sure. For sure. Chippy said didn't play back-to-back last season. Then that makes sense. NBA said Pistons jerseys are fire. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. The little throwback jerseys. See, this is what I'm talking about. I like that. I love this. We need more creativity on the jerseys now, man. There's no more creativity on these jerseys. It's just all clean and you know everything looks the same. It's not that much creativity anymore. Like, and this is not a new logo. This is a throwback logo. So this is a throwback. So it's not like this is new. This is hot. This is a lot of jerseys and designs and stuff. They just dry now. Like I don't know why it's like I don't know. It's like big, clean font, and that's about it. Like I mean, look at this, bro. I tweeted this. This looks like a jersey when you're in like high school and you're trying out for the basketball team and they do scrimmages and they have like a gym bag full of like scrimmage jerseys that you take out the bag. Like this is what this kind of jersey looks like. This is a legit jersey. This looks like a summer league jersey. Like it's terrible, bro. Like that don't even look legit. They look like a fake jersey. It's crazy. I don't know. It's just so many. I don't know. So I hate it. I hate the new like clean, boring, clean cut style that like corporations are going for now in sports. Is really terrible. It's trash. Honestly, I hate it. There's no more like, oh no, this is dry now. Everything's dry, and I hate it. Let me say Wizards rebrand. I wouldn't mind if Wizards rebrand. Honestly, like Cleveland, just font, just font. This is trash, bro. Just font. Cleveland. It's no creativity no more, man. Everything's boring and looks the same. I mean, there's a couple jerseys out there that's like pretty cool, like the Miami City, like Vice City or whatever it's called, Miami jersey. That's pretty cool. The joints that the Jazz got. I don't know which ones they are, but those are cool. Sinatra said we never won more than 10 games. You said 50 games doesn't even sound like much, but we haven't done it in 24 years, just like the Redskins. We've only won 10 or more games 3 times in 30 years. Yikes. Attitude said, I think that it could be something, though. Kevin said, I want Robert Williams as well. Wizards should have drafted him when they had the chance back then, man, before they got Troy Brown. Even though Robert Williams dropped in that draft. Ronnie said, Mitchell in a throwback Wizards jersey this season will be crazy. NBA says Celtics jersey sucks. Does look like Brailer jerseys. Chevy said we got that cherry blossom. Yeah, like I like the cherry blossom. That's nice. That's, something, that has some type of, creativity to it. Something that the fans have been asking for the longest. And even if some people like don't love it, it's still nice. It's still different. Mr. Adams, he said college practice jerseys. NBA said, do you see the Wizards changing their name? Nah, not really. Liam, said Wiz jersey could have been better. It was just too plain. Ronnie said, crazy we got the throwback 2000s jersey and the cherry blossoms. Kevin said, can't wait for the cherry blossoms to drop. Yeah, like the cherry blossoms are cool. The cherry blossoms are cool. As I drop my phone, I think they're cool. I think they're all right. I would buy it. I would definitely buy it. Like I like the Nationals joint too. Like yeah, I think this is, as Kuzma's halfway off of the screen. I think the cherry blossom ones are cool, man. I definitely think they're alright. It's different. You know, it's different. Kevin said I got a gray jersey. The Nationals joint, like the Nationals joint is pretty fly too. I like the. Soto's halfway off the screen. Like, I think the Nationals joints is pretty sweet too. You know, along with the Wizards joint. I think they're both pretty cool. Amari said you see the elite for a throwback jersey right there. Yeah. The old white joint, right? I believe. Ricky said our black jerseys were nice though. Yeah, I got the black jersey. The district, the black jersey. I have that one. I have the throwback one that they're bringing back too. Mentally said Wizards should have a go-go inspired jersey. Let me see. Let me see what the Capital City go-go jersey looks like. What does their jersey look like? Their jersey's actually pretty plain. Yeah, that's pretty boring. Let me say the District of Columbia jersey, our best jersey by far. I like one of my favorites was the Stars and Stripes, not the second one they dropped, but the first Stars and Stripes ones they dropped. But when they were with Adidas, it was the Adidas when they were with Adidas, not the Nike one. It was with Adidas, I believe. These ones, I like these. This was the one I liked. I like these Stars and Stripe jerseys. I like them more than the other Stars and Stripe. I mean, that just has like the DC logo on it with the number underneath. I like this one better. I really like these jerseys. They were cool. I actually wanted to get one of these. I never was able to get it. But I have the Nike Stars and Stripes one. Johnny said I'm an OKC Thunder fan, but I still appreciate you and other Wizards fans on Twitter. I hope Wizards find a way to have a successful season with no BS. I mean, I hope so too, Josh. I mean, the Thunder got a lot to be happy about. They got a nice young core. You know, they got Chet. Obviously, they got Shea, Lou Dort, Giddey, Trey Mann, Aaron Wiggins is cool. You know, Jalen Williams, both Jalen Williams. So they got a lot to go with. You know, a lot to work on. And they possibly, depending on how the season can go, maybe be in the running to get Victor. Ryan said the 16-17 Stars and Stripes. Yeah, I like those Stars and Stripes. NBA said, would you be a Wizards fan if there was an NBA team in Baltimore? Yeah, I would probably still be a Wizards fan. I'd probably still be a Wizards fan. Because I don't know how many Baltimore fans really, like, are Wizards fans. I don't know. Like, I know Jay, who isn't here today, but I know Jay's from B-More. I don't know how many Baltimore fans, because I would ask him, I don't know how many Baltimore fans are, like, Wizards fans. Because, I mean, they got their own football team. Chevy said need to bring back the jersey when the Wizards won championship. Ricky said that Will and Bill Pig brought back memories. Sinatra said we need them white gold Zephyrs jerseys back. That joint cost so much money on eBay. When I looked at it, it was insane. It's yeah. Like the Zephyrs. these Zephyr jerseys. I mean, it looks sweet though. It definitely looks sweet though. Definitely looks sweet though. The gold with the white being the main with the gold font and all that. I know a lot of people are iffy about the main gold ones, but I mean I know that's most affiliated with when Gil dropped like was it 60 something on the Lakers. Kevin said I'm from B More, but rock with my DC teams. Would you say, Kevin? Would you say that from your experience, from what you know, do you feel like majority Baltimore fans are Washington fans as well, or you think they're fans of different teams? Do you feel like there's a multitude of like they just go anywhere, but they don't really? Sinatra, you say yeah, Baltimore don't really f with DC. They only care for the Orioles and Ravens. Yeah, they got their own baseball team, they got their own football team, but they don't got their own basketball team. And I don't know if they'll ever have their own basketball team. I don't know. Anybody said Ravens will make the Super Bowl? And that would be... I wouldn't hate it. I like the Ravens. I like the Ravens. I like the Ravens. Like, I'm cool with the Orioles, too. I'm cool with the Orioles as well. Kevin said, nah, they're Lakers fans, Clippers fans, and Bulls fans. Lemmy said, you seen that black and gold Westbrook 182 triple-double jersey? I have not seen that. I have not seen that. But nah. I wouldn't mind Baltimore getting their own fans, though. Like, I know the Wizards are trying to, like, get that Baltimore fan base and whatnot, but yeah, like the basic Commanders are very slept on. I think they'll be all right. Could you say they're being slept on? Definitely, because they're like a lot of predictions have them being like third. With the Giants being like the worst team in the NFC East. Liam said, why are all DC teams just mid, bro? I mean, the Mystics are okay. The Nationals, mid now. They used to be tough. Washington, they used to be tough a while ago. Wizards, they had a time. They had a time too. A time. Kevin said we taking the division this year with the Eagles be bad than the Giants. Sinatra said Nationals Capital got a recent rings though. Oh yeah, Capitals are always good. The Capitals are always good. They always make it to the playoffs. So that's probably the most not probably. The Capitals are the most consistent DC sports team. They're like in the playoffs every single season. I don't remember the last time they missed the playoffs, honestly. Like they've been going to the playoffs ever since like 2009 or something like that. They've both been. The Capitals are consistently a playoff team. Consistently. Ricky said Buffalo Bills winning the Super Bowl. I wouldn't mind them getting their ring, man. They'll finally get their ring. They'd finally get their ring. Finally will get their ring, man. They've had some heartbreaks in the past. And I'm cool with Josh Allen. Mainly I like Stephon Diggs. Biggie said, at the end of it all, will Bradley Beal be a Hall of Famer? No. I don't think so. I think Brad will be one of those players who was pretty good. That was like, looked at as pretty good, but nah. I mean, you look at it now. You look at like who's he's around now. Like, you think of current guys who are probably going to be Hall of Famers or could be Hall of Famers. Klay Thompson. You look at his resume. Possibly James Harden. You look at his resume. You look at just those two guys alone, like that Brad's associated with as far as shooting guards and whatnot. Brad's resume is nowhere near, it's close to those guys. I mean, if he wins a chip, then maybe. But, I mean, he got no MVPs to his name. He has one All NBA, third team to his name. His resume don't look that good, man. He got some second round exits, playoff exits. Never been to a conference finals. His resume is not a strong resume. I yeah, you know, never been a scoring champ. Been an all-star. What about what? But how many times has Brad been an all-star? 3 times? I just don't think Brad has the accolades right now. Like, Brad's accolades are just nowhere near impressive enough. I don't think his resume is anywhere near impressive enough right now. Yeah, he's been to 3 all-star games. He was all rookie, first team. He was all NBA third team. 3-time all-star. Has never led the league in scoring. Been close, but has never led the league in scoring. Never, like I said, I don't know. Is never been, never been in an MVP conversation. Never. I just don't see it on the resume. Not right now. Maybe that changes but he hitting 30. Brad's hitting 30, so it ain't like he 23 years old. Brad is, he getting up there. He getting up there. He is getting up there. He gonna be hitting 30 next year. Let me say, yeah, T-Mac type player. Biggie said, then why spend so much for him if he's not a Hall of Famer is my question. Oh, well, the Wizards, like I said before, the Wizards, Sinatra said, he should have been to like 5 All-Stars, though. I will admit, I do think Brad got snubbed a couple times from the All-Star game. I do think that. I agree with that. But, I'll say, to answer your question, Biggie, I think one of the big reasons is, like I said, the Wizards don't typically draft stars. They aren't good at drafting stars. The last star they've drafted was Bradley Beal, and that was back in 2012. Before that was John, and before that, I don't know. I don't know what star they drafted before John that's been affiliated and known as a Washington Wizard. So they aren't good at drafting stars. And then when you in this league where everybody is teaming up, everybody wants to leave. When you have a guy that's loyal, homegrown, star talent, when you struggle to get stars, nobody wants to come play in DC. No big names want to come play in DC. Naturally, I mean, Rip Hamilton isn't. I knew people were going to say that. He's not known as a wizard. Nobody looks at Rip Hamilton and say, who do you recognize him most as? A Washington Wizard. People don't say that. I said that's known as a Washington Wizard. John Wall is known as a Wizard. Bradley Beal is known as a Wizard. These guys are known as Washington Wizards. Rip is not known as a Washington Wizard. He did get drafted by them now, but he's not known as a Washington Wizard. Like, I think the Wizards drafted Rasheed Wallace, but Rasheed's not known as a Washington Wizard. I mean, they had Ben Wallace. He was an undrafted free agent, but Ben isn't known as a Washington Wizard. Am I saying Ritzert? Am I saying Ritzert? Wizard. Then we said Wiz retires Bill's number. They better retire Gilbert Arenas' number as well. I think that's pretty crazy. If they retire. I don't know. Brad got to do a little bit more, man. Kevin said, I expect an All-NBA season for him for the duration of this contract. No exceptions. You make too much money to shoot like crap next year. Percy said, Washington Wizards. Am I saying Wizards? Am I saying it with an R? I feel like I'm saying Wizards, but I may be saying Wizards. Sinatra said, my boy Steve Blake is known as a wizard and a legend. Lord. I do like some Steve Blake, though. I do like some Steve Blake. Corey said we drafted stars in the past. We've just given up on them and they go win chips elsewhere. It's tough. It's definitely tough, man. But guys, if you haven't already, I appreciate all the viewers being in here. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button. It helps out with the algorithms and all that jazz. If you want to become a member, hit the link that I have in the pinned message that I wrote in the chat box to become a member. Or if you want to donate, you can support in that way as well. Be coming up on that time. We've been on here about an hour. I got work in the morning. So then we said Corey Diddy is going to end up like that. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to be probably heading off here. Definitely probably heading off because I need to prepare to sleep like an old man so I can get ready for work in this next day. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Thank you guys for stopping by on this late night. 9 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock my time. Thanks for chatting with me, man. I appreciate you guys a lot, as always. But I'm probably going to head off here. Next time I'm streaming, Not sure. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow or Wednesday. Possibly. We'll see. Let me say my power's up. Don't go, please. OJ says too late for expectations to build. That man already got 250 mil. He don't care about y'all expectations. Talk to him, OBJ. Facts. But yeah, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, man. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe on Wednesday. But that's all I got. You said Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.